Hi, good people. This is Deborah. Hope your day has started out well today. All information provided on this channel is for educational purposes only. This channel does not promote or encourage misuse of the information. Take what resonates with you and what does not resonate with you, put it on the shelf or throw it away. This particular topic is about gaslighting. Let me give you the definition of the word. It is a psychological manipulation tactic where one person seeks to make another doubt their perception, memories, or feelings, often leading you to feel confused, anxious, or insecure. It is a crucial to trust your own judgment and feelings in such situations. Let me talk about the key characteristics of it. The first one is denial of reality. The manipulator, which is the other person, denies facts of events, leading you to question yourself in conversation. Shifting blame. The gaslighter, the other person, may twist situations to make you feel responsible for their problems. The next one is isolation. The manipulator, the other person, may isolate you from family and friends and maintain control. They'll convince you to not deal with those people by lying on them. The manipulation of facts. The gaslighter may twist facts or present false information to confuse you. Projection. The gaslighter may accuse you of behavior or feelings they themselves exhibit. Examples of gaslighting: denying action. If someone says, I never said that, when you clearly remember them saying it, making you doubt the memory. Trust me, many people do that. I've seen it. It's been done to me over the years. Minimizing your feelings. Telling someone you are overreacting or you too sensitive, or some may say you are a critical thinker. By telling you that you're a critical thinker, they're trying to make you feel bad about the way you think. Now, you are a person that is honest and truthful about things, but when they don't want to deal with themselves, they'll flip it on you and try to make you feel bad about being a critical thinker. When they express their feelings about a situation, invalidating their emotions, minimizing your feelings. One partner consistently dismisses the other feelings by saying things like, you're just being too dramatic, or you always make a big deal out of nothing. This can lead you to doubt the validity of your emotions. After a period of time, I'll give you that. Let me elaborate a little bit more on that. Say, for instance, you have a partner. Every time you go to the partner make you feel that the problem is you and not the other person that you're bringing to their attention. I'll give you, for instance, my ex-husband and I used to work at IBM, and some females was very jealous of the way I dressed, and guys used to brag on how cute I was back in my days. And I didn't know that till years later. A friend of mine pulled me to the side and told me that. I guess it was about 20 years. His name was Mike. Mike was a cool brother. He passed now. But so they used to go to my ex-husband complaining about me. So he would come home telling me some old dumb shit that they've said about me, trying to make me feel bad about what I may have said to them. And there were times when they used to come to me, the females on the job, about dumb stuff. And I would I guess the way I spoke to them, they did not like the way I spoke to them, so they went back and told my ex-husband some stuff that did not happen. And he came home trying to make me feel bad about what I may have said to them based off what they said to him. I said, which I didn't. I'm pretty blunt, and I say what I feel. Especially if you are one that always bothering me. That's how I was in my early years. My early years, I didn't talk much. I was a quiet person. Now I talk a lot today, but and I'll shut up when the great mother tell me to shut up, not you all. Okay, you all is who I'm talking about that don't like me talking this way because I am an honest deal, as a matter of fact, kind of a person, and I hear it. But it's so good. It's all good because nobody can shut me up but the great mother, like what she did to two other people that was saying things about her, putting her down. Yeah. Okay. So this can lead you to doubt the validity of your emotions, because this is a person you trust. This is a person that you love. After the person keep confronting you about something that was a lie sown to him, that'll make you feel bad. Same thing with your mother. If someone keep going to your mother, telling your mother lies, and she come and confront you, it's gonna make you start doubting your emotions, like you're a bad person, and you're not a bad person. Let me just say this: you're not a bad person when you deal with truth. Okay, truth that I would say 99.9% of the people in this earth does not deal with truth. They want to put it under the rug. They want to throw it away, but they don't want to deal with truth. You're not going to elevate unless you deal with truth about yourself first. Because the more you deal with truth about yourself, the more you begin to elevate. See, when people tell me they're in their higher self and I listen to them talk, I know where they are, pretty much, because I know where I am. Personal relationship. If a partner repeatedly tells you that you are too sensitive and overreacting when you express feelings about hurtful incidents, you may start to believe you are too emotional or irrational. And then what'll happen is you go and just kind of stay quiet. And I'm gonna tell you, I pulled that number. When they used to go and complain to him, I started being quiet around them, and they still went to him lying on me. Because I found out years later that all the guys in a particular area used to hover around and hover around the machines, waiting for me to walk through the door because they liked the way I looked. I didn't know all that was going on, and they told me that my ex-husband used to be standing there, and not one time he told them that I was his wife. They found out later that I was his wife. He didn't tell them. I never understood that. But anyway, so the workplace dynamics. A boss may take credit for an employee's idea in a meeting, then deny having discussed those ideas when confronted, causing you to doubt your contributions and self worth. You have plenty of those out there that would take credit that belonged to you. Oh yeah, they'll go and tell the boss, what you think about this? What you think about that? Never calling your name, causing the boss to believe that the idea came from them. Seen some of them too. Family interactions. A parent might insist that a child is misremembering events from their childhood, such as an emotional or physical abuse, leading the child to question their memory and experience. Mother would say, "No, I didn't do that to you. You lying on me." because they don't remember, or they do remember, but they're not going to tell the truth about it. The child walks away thinking that what they said, or what was said to them, is all their fault. Oh yeah, there are many parents that make the child feel, that does gaslight their own children, and make their own children feel like what they're doing is wrong. Even in whatever that child's supposed to be doing when they become an adult, a dream that that child may have, the parent, and they come to the parent telling the parent about the dream that they have of whatever they want to be. They want to be a doctor or whatever. That parent, because that parent want that child to be something else, that parent would gaslight that child to make that child think what she or he want to be is not, and then cause that child to question herself or himself. Oh yeah, parents are good for that, because parents don't know who they are, and because parents don't know who they are. How in the hell do you think, being a parent, you don't know who you are, that you can tell that child who they're gonna be? You just have no right. You're supposed to be a good Samaritan, a good leader, to help that child. And the only way you can help that child, that you have to be operating in your higher self. 99% of the people are not operating in their higher self. I just saw a parent. I don't know what the little boy did, but I just saw an African parent got out her car, and opened up the back door, and picked that child up, that African child, and threw that African child on the ground, on the concrete. It was a little boy. What kind of parent? Such abuse. Such abuse. These children need help, because they need helpful parents. Parents have become enemies of their own children, and that's sad. And yeah, I'm gonna tell it, because one thing that I notice about certain black people, those of you that call yourselves black, all you do is hide the wickedness that your partner do to your children, and to yourself, and to your neighbors, and you try to make the world think that black people are good people, and then you put all the evilness and wickedness on that albino. Well, they just as evil as you are. Okay, they're just as evil as you are. I live in a neighborhood today, and this earth is a beautiful place down here to live. I see trash all over the place. I see people putting trash on top of their car, and I see them, when they drive off, if the trash comes off the car, it stays on the ground. Who does that? Now, keep in mind, there was a time and a period that albinos called so-called black people savages. And I used to get mad when they used to call black people savages. But am I seeing that attitude, that savage action today? I sure am. And then, too, I just watched a movie called The Elite. And in that movie, The Elite, what I saw is that the elites, some of them, were going around killing some dope pushers, and they were intertwined with the police, and nothing was done about it. That made me question, when I saw that movie, is that something that really went on in history, or is that something that's going on today? Or the black elite community protected by whatever means necessary from both what they call throwaway Caucasian and throwaway blacks? Because that's what they did in the movie, though. Go get the movie. It's called The Elite. I probably put it underneath this video so you can go see it. And it's on I forgot where you find it. So, friendship conflict. A friend may constantly make harmful jokes, and when called out, claim that you're being too serious or lack of sense of humor, causing you to doubt your feelings. Oh yeah, what some friends will make fun and joke of your weaknesses, and they'll laugh in your face, and they expect for you to laugh at them picking on you and gaslighting you. Oh yeah, I had a few of them too, and I could have went back at them too, but I didn't. A lot of times when people have came for me, I pretty much uh, kept what they did in my mind, and when I got to a point where they wouldn't stop, then when I said something, it pissed them off real bad, which I knew it would, because they didn't know that I was keeping tabs on their asses too. All the wicked shit that they did, all the wrong shit that they did, it stayed in my head. Now, and what happened is when they wouldn't stop trying to gaslight me, then what happened back in my early year, well, not so early, just a few years now, then I wound up saying what I need to say to them, and they didn't know that I had kept tabs on what they were doing. Be careful of the person that you're gaslighting, especially a Virgo, because a Virgo keeps tabs on everybody. The Virgo got a memory like you don't know. And I would be careful if I were you of trying to gaslight somebody, to put somebody down just to make yourself feel good. Y'all call it narcissist, but there's no difference between gaslighting and narcissist. They're the same behaviors. You know, people always projecting shit on you that they have. And listen to your children. Your children as well will come to you and say something like, I have a friend, and this friend does this, that. I'm talking about a little child. But that child is telling you what they do. You have to be a good parent to your children. You laid your ass up and you had them. So therefore you need to take care of them. And stop making your children feel like they are a burden to you. You had options, baby girl. You had an option to go out there and get yourself some birth controls. Okay? You had an option. There was no reason for you to have children. There ain't no reason for you to have children. You don't want children to take care of them, then don't have them. Now, I had two baby daddies. My first baby daddy, I did not go downtown and press charges for him to take care of his child. I made a way to take care of my child myself because I knew he was gonna get karma, and later on he did. But I wasn't wishing it on it because he wasn't just not taking care of his responsibility with my son. He did not take care of responsibility with his other children that he had by other women, and he suffered for that. And the child that had to take care of him before he passed was my son. Okay, be careful, parents, because you're not excused for your behavior. Be careful, friend. You're not excused for your behavior. Be careful for those of you that's on in authority, call yourself in authority on the jobs. Be careful how you treat people because you're not special. In this time period that we're in today, there are two operating: Saturn, the great mother, which is Saturn, and Mercury. You're in the time of judgment. Judgment is right or wrong. The whole entire earth is being accountable for their actions and their behavior today, including those that think they're in power. They're being judged as well. by their right and wrong. Trust me, this period is not like the age of Pisces. This age of Aquarius is the great mother. And just think whether it's 200 years or whether it's 2,000 years, the great mother is the one that is operating today. And based off your decision making, if you choose to do somebody wrong, I don't care what position you hold, you're going to pay for it. You're going to get a hot lesson. And that's all of us. All of us, when we make the decision that's not good, there's a lesson coming. So get your, and some are being taken out of here, getting right on up out here. Just keep in mind the mother is the one that has power over life and death. It doesn't matter how that person passes, it still is the great mother. Now, victims of gaslighting may experience decreased esteem, increased anxiety, and difficult trust in their judgment. It can be a form of emotional abuse that has long lasting effect. I want you to keep that in mind when you get yourself up in the morning and you're in a bad mood because your man didn't give you sex or because your woman didn't give you sex, and you go on that job and you in have a position where you're over somebody. I want you to keep in mind that those people have nothing to do with what happened to you at home. It is your responsibility as a supervisor to do the right thing regarding those people on that job. Also, mothers, I want you to be mindful when you get your butt up in the morning that you make sure after your man didn't give you no sex last night that you don't take it out on that child. Keep in mind, you have children and you should be great stewardess over those children, and many are not. The enemy of these children have been the mothers and the fathers. You know who you are. I don't have to point you out. I've been around for 68 years and I see and watch the behaviors of the cultures. So, for those of you that call yourself black, I'm watching you. Those of you that call yourselves white, which you're not, you're albinos, I'm watching you too. And those of you that call yourself Hispanics, I'm watching you too. Chinese, whatever culture you call yourself, I'm watching all of you. None of us in this earth is without negative behaviors. Every individual in this earth have negative behaviors. Now keep in mind, if you're operating in your lower self, you're going to have children that's operating in their lower self. If you're operating in your higher self, you're going to have children that's operating in their higher self. That's why it's important not to have children until you know yourself. If you don't know yourself, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get children operating just like you, children operating just like the baby daddy. Yeah, you get them. How do I know? I've had one, I've seen others. People, we need to change, all of us. I don't gaslight people, I don't twist facts, and I don't minimize people's feelings. I personally think that took place in the school system first. Then the parents did it. The school system and the parents caused that child, as a child, to feel like they have no say so in their life. And then they grew up with others making them feel like they have no say so. But I'm telling you, your opinions matters. Your life matters. Those children lives matters. If your husband make you feel like what you have to say does not matter, then maybe it's time for you to leave. If your wife make you feel like what you have to say does not matter, maybe you need to leave. But keep in mind, you may leave your wife and y'all had children, you are responsible for your children. She shouldn't have to go down to child support to make you take care of your children. You knew that those are your children. You should do the manly thing and take care of your children. And I know that you probably say, "Oh, she don't know what she talking about." Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Uh, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't have to go to college for that. Okay, it's just plain ass common sense. But anyway, people, it's time to get it together because the more you do the negative, the more lesson you're going to get. So if I were you, I would sit my ass down and go ahead on and start doing the right things. Because anytime you do negative things toward people in speech and behavior, you're creating a negative lesson for yourself. All right, until the next time, take care, people.